The Scottish National Party is all set to announce new leadership. The new leader faces the huge task of reviving the Scottish independence movement. The sudden decision by the Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon last month to step down has created a void in Scottish politics. And now three main candidates have emerged to replace Sturgeon. Humza Yousaf, a Pakistani origin Scottish politician, Finance Minister Kate Forbes, and Ash Regan. Kate Forbes, a devout Christian, has caused controversy with her remarks against same-sex marriage. Another contender, Ash Regan, has expressed her opposition on the issue of gender reassignment. The controversy around Forbes and Regan has acted as a campaign booster for Health and Social Care Secretary Humza Yousaf. He is of Pakistani origin and has strong backing from the allies of Nicola Sturgeon. After having the most versatile portfolio from the Minister for External Affairs to Secretary of Justice to Health Secretary, Yousaf is the favourite and seen as the most socially progressive candidate amongst the leading contenders. He's also somewhat of a poster boy from the perspective of British multiculturalism, just like his political colleagues at Downing Street. But the dominating theme for the new leader is going to be the independence movement. According to latest opinion polls, 45% of Scottish citizens support independence. And contenders haven't shied away from showing their support and commitment to another referendum. Well, for more on this, we're joined by Scott Lucas, political analyst and professor of international politics at the Clinton Institute, University of College Dublin. And Scott, many thanks for joining us. A big day in Scottish politics. Give us your assessment on how you see it going today.
Well, I wouldn't dare predict the result, so we'll have to wait for 2 o'clock Scottish time for that. What I would say is probably two things. One is that there's a huge challenge because Nicola Sturgeon, who is the outgoing leader of the SNP and First Minister, has been so significant for years, both in building up Scotland's vision of itself and also in building up the SNP, which has 45 of the 59 Scottish MPs in the UK House of Commons. Unprecedented success for the party. But the second thing is that for all that success that Sturgeon has had, the UK government's blocking of Scotland from pursuing an independence referendum has been a major setback. And not just the UK government saying, no, there cannot be a referendum, but the UK High Court, UK Supreme Court, ruling that it would be illegal, not unconstitutional, illegal for Scotland to proceed. That sort of has left the SNP at a loss as to how to move forward. Does it go forward with the referendum, although it'd be defying the courts and defying Westminster, or does it hang back and disappoint many of its members? And I think the three leadership candidates have all struggled with that issue during this campaign.
And Scott, we've obviously seen the independence movement lose some of its enthusiasm from Scots. And of course, that is the big issue for the SNP. How does the new leader reinvigorate that campaign for independence?
Well, just personally, and I can't speak for the new leader, but I probably would say two things here. First is, I think you have to put out but forward-looking assessment of where Scotland goes next. I don't think you can do, as some of the candidates have said, we'll just simply have a snap referendum and defy London, because there are huge practical issues with that. On the other hand, I don't think you can say we're going to just simply let London veto our referendum forever. But secondly, you have to realize that it's not just a question of independence. It's a question of showing that your country, if you are a country, is in fact able to manage itself, is actually providing for its citizens. So it's really important that on the bread and butter issues, on health, on education, on transportation, on social care, that the Scottish government, which I think to its credit has distinguished itself from London in some of these areas, really continues to proceed with a fairly progressive agenda. That means being progressive and competent and not just simply reaching for the independence slogan when you think it'll grab a few votes.
Scott Lucas, political analyst and Professor of International Politics at the Clinton Institute, University College, Dublin. Many thanks for your insight.
Thank you.